Hello and welcome back to Single Race Mode, the series that isn't a series at all. I just go racing in a game of my choosing, because I bloody felt like it. And today, we're back in Race 07, firing some Mini Coopers around Brands Hatch Indy. You join me in qualifying, where I'm about to set my personal best lap of the session, and then it's two 10-lap races, with the second of those two races being reverse grid for the top 8 places. Let's get into it. And we're also going to be talking today about channel memberships, because I've finally taken the plunge and set one up of my own. I'll give you full details as to what's included in the membership and why I've decided to set one up now, but the headlines are pretty simple. It's called the Outsiders Club, it's 99p a month, you absolutely have no obligation to join if you don't want to. It really is as simple as that. Honestly, bottom line, as long as people are enjoying what I'm putting out and watching, that's the most important thing. Built up a really nice little community over the last 5.5 years of having this channel, and I'm massively grateful of that. So, really, bottom line, if you're not interested in the membership, nothing needs to change. But there's the membership as well. I'll go into that in a moment. Anyway, we're about to cross the line. I was net P9. As we cross the line, it's an improvement to P7. With 3 minutes of the session to go. However, by the time the session ended, I lost one more place, so we will start 8th. Only 0.27 away from pole. Very tightly packed up to the top. This should be a close, fun race. The reason why I wanted to jump in Mini Coopers is because ITV Sport has absolutely been smashing it out of the park with their British touring car coverage this season. And on the YouTube channel, they've been putting extended highlights of the races and the full races for not just British touring cars, but support races as well. And it's absolutely fantastic. Previously, you got like a 5-minute summary of the entire weekend or something like that. It basically just wasn't worth it. It was glorified montage. This season, absolutely smashing it out of the park, which means as a result, because I'm usually missing the races live, I've been following British touring cars and some of the support series a little bit more. And I watched one of the mini support races, thought that looks like a load of fun, and then I remembered that you've got Mini Coopers in Race 07, so I was like, right, let's get on that. So around Brands Hatch Indy, firing it round. Now, I don't know why, but the first race is a rolling start and the second race is going to be a standing start, so a little bit spread out as we headed into Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. But we hold on to our starting position of 8th. It's points for the top 8 as well. And as mentioned, race 2 is reverse grid for the top 8. So technically, if I finish race 1 here, I'll start race 2 on pole. Which sounds good, but ideally I would like a few more points. Let's see what we can do. A little bit of a concertina effect up to Druids. As we come down Graham Hill towards Graham Hill Bend, we see an opportunity to send it up the inside of the Silver Mini. And we're up one place already. I feel like the opening laps in this game, the AI are a little bit tentative of each other, so you do get some good moments to pick up places, but when they spread out, you then have to really knuckle down and get your consistent laps in, because they're not slouches on this game, at least for my skill level anyway. I'm pretty sure the skill level is set to 100 for me, if I remember rightly. So, as I try and reel in the cars ahead, let's talk about the Outsiders Club. So yes, I've finally taken the plunge and set up channel memberships. The reason I've decided to do it now is my main thinking is trying to kind of protect / future-proof the channel a little bit. What I mean by that is, you know, I have a family and a full-time job, so this channel is a hobby that happens on the side, so resource in terms of time and money is whatever I can spare, realistically. Like, for example, I've literally just been away for a month because I needed to kind of have my focus elsewhere. And that will happen from time to time. It has done before, will do again. So that's time as a resource sort of spoken for. The other resource, money, I'm doing what I can spare out of my other dependencies. And that could pose a problem. Hold that thought though. These two dueling up ahead, there's a chance to maybe leapfrog up to 5th. We're going to go 3 wide into Paddock Hill Bend, which is not always the smartest of idea. A little bit of contact with the orange Mini. Just understeer out wide. And we get the old switcheroo done on us. But I think, no, I'm not done there. We're going to send it up the inside of Druids, side by side all the way through Druids. Leave the space on the outside, because that's how you're supposed to go racing. Can I maybe get them moved up by sweeping round Graham Hill Bend? No! The number 12 Mini holding it up there, like I said, no slouches in this game. Into Surtees, can I try and make it happen? But I'm going to be on the outside of McLaren in the Clark curve. And I think I'm going to have to let this one go. So we only make one of the 2 places. But it's progress. Still half a second between us. Keep up the chase. So yeah, as mentioned, money is the other resource, and I've been doing what I can outside of like spare, and when I can afford to kind of upgrade things or buy things, I do. And the thing is, because I've tried to play on the original hardware, even though there's been a little bit of a boom in the price of retro games and consoles, it's still relatively cheap to pick up like the discs of the games I want to play. And obviously emulation is also an option. The main consideration for me is my PC, which is over a decade old, had some minor upgrades about 4 years ago, but it is starting to feel it as I see a chance, again up the inside to Clark Curve. Not this time, but we're tucked into the slipstream. I might be able to make the move into Paddock Hill Bend. There we go, the effects of the slipstream helping. We go closer, closer, closer. Can I be braver on the brakes? Try and send it up the inside. And that is beautifully done. We're up to 5th. You can see the top 4 just ahead of us. It's about almost 2 seconds up to them. We've got some work to do. We've definitely held the place. And in fact, the number 12 orange Mini has already lost a place to that charging red Mini behind us. So maybe we need to keep an eye on them as well as we push on. So yeah, I've done upgrades to the PC, but it's old. It struggles. Automobilista 2 is borderline for it when I've turned stuff down. Same with R Factor 2, you need to compromise on the graphic settings and it will just about run. Any new games, forget it. I tried Le Mans Ultimate because I was curious about it. Doesn't matter what I did. Even though technically my PC should be able to run it, it was awful. Absolutely could not run it whatsoever. So any modern games released for PC, just don't bother, can't do it. But the thing is, I am more happy playing these retro games, especially from like the mid-noughties, and it can run them fine. All the Simbin games, it runs without a problem. Automobilista, NASCAR Racing 2003, Sports Car GT, no problem. However, even now this PC is starting to struggle. I've had a blue screen moment in the past month, which has got me thinking, uh-oh, maybe I need to have a think about how I'm going to future-proof, upgrade, that sort of stuff. And plus, I would like to open up the opportunity so I could do things like Le Mans Ultimate, and try Project Motor Racing, for example, or even just experience AMS2 a little bit more, because I'd love to like properly dive into the IMSA content on there. But with the way the game runs on my PC, it does sometimes struggle, especially when there's like weather change and time progression stuff. The game just goes, oh no, that's a bit much, don't like that, and it starts to stutter, and it really ruins it. And I would like to be able to play and experience that. So yeah, essentially the channel memberships are just a way so I can help maybe build a little dedicated pot purely for future-proofing and upgrading the channel. The PC is front and centre, that's the thing I'm definitely going to work towards first, but then other things in the future, and I can keep making videos, basically, and invest in other hardware, software, just keep things going. One, so I can keep out the content and, you know, hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy it. But also because I enjoy it, and I want to keep doing it as well, and I want to play these games. So that's why. That's the bottom line. Now, in terms of what you get with the membership, as mentioned, it's 99p. I've gone for the cheapest option because, as mentioned, because my time is fluctuating, there may be quieter months for me, and I'd feel bad. I just need to step away sometimes to deal with other elements and other things. So I feel like it's not fair that I ask for anything ridiculous when that might happen. Also, the perks aren't huge anyway. It is just a very small set of perks. Hence why it's 99p. But there are perks. Don't get me wrong. However, we're on to the final lap, and we're up to Druids, and I've decided to try and send it on the yellow 17 Mini. Can I pick up one more position before the end of this race? And I tried to sweep around the outside of Graham Hill. I think I've just had contact. I've been pushed wide. But now, if I can hang it around the outside of Surtees, I might be on the inside. No, I can't. But can I look to the inside of Clark? Oh, no, get on the curb. It's a big slide. Damn it. Going for that position means I have to lose 5th. And we will drop and come home 6th. The red Mini does get us in the end, but it was a bit of a gimme. Damn. Should have settled for a top 5. Jocke Mangs wins the race. We finish 6th. Remo Freiberg was the fast mover in the red Mini to watch out for. Thomas Winkelhock was who we got stuck over. So, with the reverse grid, standing start, we start 3rd. Could we still take home the event win by scoring the most points overall? Off we go. Standing starts on this game are not my strong point. But I've got the inside line, so hopefully I can still hold 3rd into the Paddock Hill bend. And we do. I'm going to go defensive into Druids. I am not being dive bombed. No, sir. Ooh. And the number 16 goes a little bit wide on the exit of Druids. I'm going to go side by side into Graham Hill bend. But I've tried that a couple of times before and it's not worked. I have to tuck in. But then, the red Mini, all in our mirrors, they think better of it into Surtees. But hopefully, if 1st and 2nd can stay together and start fighting with each other, we might be able to pick up a couple of cheeky places. However, if they spread out, it's going to be much harder work to reel them in. Fassler from Gertz, from us. That's the top 3. Through Paddock Hill bend for the 2nd time. First time at full speed in this 2nd race. And you know what, this definitely scratched an itch. I said I wanted to do this because I saw how much fun the support races looked. And I felt like this was a good representation because I had so much fun throwing these cars around, banging doors, wrestling the car around. This is great. I absolutely adore that I'm able to just do this. Towards Clark Curve. I'm going to maybe stick a nose at the inside. This could be a chance for 2nd. I'm going to go side by side. Down the Brabham Straight. Little look to there. He's definitely there, but we can be bold in our braking. Oh, what I've understeered. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's in the mirrors. Wasn't the tidiest overtake, but moved on. And now we are trying to chase down the leader. As we do that, let's talk about the perks for the Outsiders Club. So, as mentioned, 99p a month. There's loyalty badges for how long you remember. And those loyalty badges for the Outsiders Club are all PS1 games. If you're a newcomer, you have to suffer the ignominy of having a Formula 1 98 badge, because if I have to go through it, so do you. But then as you remain a member for longer, the games, well, people will debate the order I've put these in, but the games I think go up in perceived quality, or maybe level of prestige. But you'll have to look at the order of the of the badges, and you can debate the hell out of whether I've put them in what you perceive to be the correct order for loyalty. Like, the second badge is Rage Racer, which was also a prime starting game in my racing gaming life. That, Toka and Formula 1, those were the 3 starter pack games. And I forget about Rage Racer all the time. Actually, yeah, that's a load of fun. That's the second badge. Maybe I've rated that too lowly. I don't know. You can argue that one. There's custom emojis for members, which so far amounts to Jean Alesi, David Coulthard, Giancarlo Fisichella and Murray Walker, but more will be added, because you get more slots the more people who join, so we can do more custom emojis. Definitely think a Roberto Moreno emoji is required at some point. Priority reply to comments. So people know that I try and respond to pretty much every comment. I am admittedly quite slow at doing so, but if you remember, you will get priority reply. Then, early access to new videos. You will get access to every new video at least 24 hours before everyone else. Sometimes it will be more than that, but it will never ever be less than 24 hours, depending on how organised I am and how far ahead I've scheduled things. So you might get some sneak peeks to series or other videos as well. There's going to be members only photo and status updates, so there's going to be posts showing behind the scenes progress that I haven't really done before, previews of upcoming videos, a little bit more kind of general update stuff that I don't do normally and haven't done before. So we'll see how that goes, see if people like that. Bit of a trial and error, we'll admit. And then members only polls, so you can have your say on the future of the outside line. That could be anything from, I don't know who I'm going to race as in this season, who do you think I should be, or what game should I try next, or what settings should I use as I go a little bit crazy, as I get close, just reeled in the leader there. Sideways into Graham Hill Bend. I'm clearly using my windscreen wipers to try and clean my windscreen, but that is not dirt. That's obviously a chip from a stone that's been thrown up off the road, so I can't clear that. I love that detail, by the way, it's so cool. But I almost distracted myself with the windscreen wipers, so I've got to do that work all over again. Gap up to a second, we start lap 7. But yes, so there'll be members only polls. You can have a say on things as well. Or if I'm going to do a one-off stream, you can have your say on maybe what the next stream is as well. I know streams have kind of chilled for a moment, but they will be back as well, just as a heads up. So that's what you get. That's the membership, 99p. Like I said, completely no obligation if you just want to continue watching as you currently already do. I am massively appreciative of that, so thank you so much. But it is there if you want it, and that's it. Simple as that. We are now back up to the leader as we go to try and win race 2, and hopefully have enough points to take the overall win of this Brands Hatch Indy meeting of minis. 3 laps to go into Paddock Hill Bend. A little bit of a lock up there from the leader. Do I spy an opportunity into Druids? Feathering on the brake. Yes, I do. We're up to the inside. It's by no means move done though. Are they still there on the outside? I've left the space. Oh, can we sweep round? We've been done here before. Oh, but I've understeered out wide. Where are they? I can't see them. It might be done. It is done. We are into the lead. And now we just need to hang on. We haven't really shifted the rest of the pack. You can still see the yellow and red minis just behind them. So we are going to be under pressure, but we have a shot at winning race 2. As we head towards the line to start lap number 9, a little update about kind of what's going on in terms of series. So obviously we are coming to the end of Formula 198 very soon, which means Formula 199 will very much follow up. It will be a surprise to no one that we will be racing as Heinz Harald Frentzen in the Jordan to try and give him justice for that incredible season and take an unexpected World Championship. Looking forward to that. I remember very little about Formula 199. I never owned it. I played it at friends' houses, but I don't remember that much about the game itself. So I'm going to be coming to it pretty fresh. The only thing I do know is it's supposed to be better than Formula 198. But that's like saying, oh, I've heard a hug is supposed to be better than a kick in the butt. So, kind of no real surprise there. Start the final lap. Gap just over half a second. Yes, and then we're pushing to the end of the NASCAR season. That will be done this year. In fact, I'm making a push to try and getting done sooner rather than later. And then I can open up my options as to what comes next. For me, kind of on theme for this video and what we've been talking about, Toka is top of the list for me. Toka 1, which I think will be a lot of fun. It's been a long time coming, and I think that will fill the void. But as you know, I've done Sports Car GT recently. That's not off the table either. I started a Le Mans 24 Hours PS2 career mode on stream. That's not off the table. I start too much, but at least we finish this in first. Very nicely done indeed. The number 34 White Mini victorious. So we pick up 10 points. Jocke Mangs, the winner of race 1, if I remember rightly, finishing down in 8th. The question is, where's everyone else finished? Do we end up with the overall win? So there's the congratulations for the race win. Where do we end up in the event? We've done it. First place overall. We are a Brands Hatch Indy Mini Professional. 13 points to Finus and Mangs, who are both on 11. Amazing. And we leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, the Outsiders Club is open now, but if you just want to watch videos, I appreciate that too. Thank you so much. I'll see you for another one very soon.